Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast, The Slight Shift Show. And we have a lot of shifting that has happened in both our worlds, in the Northeast, or are you in the Northeast? That's kind of like the Mideast, I would say.
I'm in the Mideast, yeah.
You're in the Mideast, that's right. I'm in the Northeast.
Mid-Atlantic, it's called, yeah.
And I Mid-Atlantic, and I am with one of my favorite people on earth, Angela Vahue, who is the co-host, of course, of our show. And we're just going to go right into it. And it's funny because we started the conversation, and we actually had a plan for a conversation, but we're totally shifting it because
welcome to the shift show.
That's right.
Every sense of the word.
Every sense. And we're like, we right before this, we said, wait, we should have just recorded our pre-show conversation, because now we're going to have the same conversation again. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. And I am with Angela, and we just experienced the biggest snowstorm in the Northeast in, I think, 10 years, or the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast in 10 years. But the difference is, in New York, where I'm located, we are prepared. We got 18 to 24 inches of snow. Kids missed one day of school. They were back in. I personally love the snow, so I was outside doing a stationary air bike ride with my trainer during the blizzard. So we just embraced it and loved it. And not the same down in Virginia. So Angela,
slightly different experience.
Slightly different. Maybe they are not as prepared in the Mid-Atlantic as they maybe should be. But so why don't we give a little context here, Angela, because this is interesting.
Yes. So I'm from Buffalo.
Yes, you're.
And I was in Buffalo the weekend. So the snow started on Sunday, but I drove to Buffalo Thursday. And that could be a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That one. And so everyone was like freaking out. They're like, you need to get home, blah, blah, blah. And so I was supposed to come home on Monday, but I compromised and I was like, I'll come home on Saturday, beat the storm. So I left Saturday afternoon. I got home Saturday night. And then I think it was around like 1 a.m. was when, the snow started.
Yeah.
And so Sunday it just snowed all day, but it wasn't, like a light, like fluffy snow. There was some light fluffy snow, but it was this like thick, like ice, sleety hail, so everything was getting iced over.
Yeah.
And so you think, wow, well, she's from Buffalo, she should be prepared.
Yeah.
Well, we have a snowblower, but it's at my dad's.
Perfect.
And in being from upstate New York, area, you have plow service. You pay for a plow service every year. It's just like getting your lawn mowed or getting mulch every year. Like plow service is part of your plan. Yeah. Well, here they don't have plow services, and so, I mean, literally, I've learned, you don't really think about it. When you grow up with it, you think, oh, they're just out plowing. It's like normal. It's like
common sense.
It's common sense, Yeah. There is an art form to plowing.
Yeah.
And these plowers, first of all, they don't have like big plow trucks. They have like literal like 4x4 Ford trucks with like a plow attachment on the front. Okay. And they go down the middle of the road going one way.
Yeah. So
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the way that their plow is angled is always facing towards Angela's house.
Yeah.
100% of the time. And so last year we got quite a bit of snow. Nothing like this, but we got quite a bit of snow. Same thing, like where our house is positioned, the wind blowing, the way that the sun hit, like we don't get a ton of sun in the front yard. We get a lot in the backyard. And so, you don't really have sun melting things down. We just got an absolutely absurd amount of snow at the end of our driveway. And I would like to start with, so I read a book about the Grand Canyon, and there's a quote in the book, and it says that you hike from water, not to water. So it's controlling what you can control.
That's right.
And
so from water, you could actually plan and say, all right, I'm going to be going this much. I know I need this much, so it's going to be heavier, a little harder. I'm going to take 5 liters, 3 liters, whatever.
Yes.
And plan accordingly. Yeah.
Yes. And so in this instance, I forgot that message.
Yeah.
And, you can only control what you can control. And
That's
so
right.
My husband, he was out there literally like every hour. He kept the sidewalks clear, but never focused on the end of the driveway, because one of the dads of one of the Girl Scouts in my troop, he's like, I have a plow, I can plow anybody out, yada, yada. And so we went forward with this thought of, well, he's just going to be able to plow us out.
That's right.
But we can't control his truck and whether the mechanism is working. Well, sure enough, late Sunday. By this time, we already have like 9 inches of snow or whatever.
But not just snow. This is what I think everybody has to understand. Like, on top of the snow, it warmed up a little bit. Now you have snow, which ice on top.
There was like 8 inches of fluffy snow with 3 inches of literally, you could go ice skate on it. Yes. Ice. Like my husband wasn't even sinking through. It was crazy. Right. So his plow broke Sunday night.
On your driveway.
On my driveway.
Yes.
And so we have no means to get this now ice mountain plowed out. And so my husband then has to leave to go out of town. So he then hires these 2 younger guys to come with a snow blower. And so we're out there. I was like, guys, we've got to get the thick layer of ice off first so that the snow blower can get through. So I'm out there, it was like the opening scene of Frozen in my driveway, where I'm like, I had a literal axe.
And that wasn't the song you were singing, though. You weren't singing
not the song I was
Let It Go, right? Because maybe that would have been good.
Yes. I mean, I had that image in my head of them hauling, the ice, whatever. And so at any rate, these 2 young guys, they were out there, they were hustling, they were working. And the guy across the street, he's out there, he has a Tesla. And he's trying he's trying to get his Tesla out. And he's out there with a leaf blower and a literal bowl of table salt. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is not.
So he left the trail with no water.
No water. He left the trail with no water. I at least had, a liter of water,
Yeah, there we go.
And so I say to these young guys, I was like, hey, can I pay you to go and also snow blow my neighbor's driveway? They're like, yeah, no problem. And so I'm out there working with them. And then I had an appointment. I had to get inside. I'm still working. My daughter's now on day 4 of off of school. She could totally come in here at any moment. Who knows?
Yeah. All good. Remember last time we had a dog barking, we're good.
Yeah, all good. So at any rate, I leave to come inside, and they left. By the way, I asked them how much, for the 2 driveways. They told me, and I gave them way more. I'm thinking I'm doing a good thing. Like I'm being a good neighbor. I'm helping these kids out to earn money.
That they're going to do the right
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And, helping the neighbor out across the street. Well, when I finished my meeting and I get out, my driveway was no different than how I left it, which was a shift show.
Part of the shift show.
It was part of the shift show. And the neighbor across the street had 2 snowblower tracks just to get the car out. And that was it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I tell you what, I was angry. I was very angry at like humanity at that point, like you're trying to be a good.
Why? Because you feel like they bamboozled you? Like they
I
did
felt
not do what you meet your expectations?
it wasn't even about me. It was about just the fact that like what they did wasn't decent. Help a neighbor out. Like you can tell that this man is clearly struggling.
Yeah.
And I gave you an absurd amount of money.
Right.
To help them. I didn't even care about me at this point.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that they were desperately trying to get out of their driveway,
Right.
And, in fairness, the 2 snowblower tracks did get the car out.
Yeah.
But they then clearly hired somebody else to come and plow out their driveway. So here I am, hundreds of dollars in the hole with the crappiestly plowed driveway in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a good neighbor,
good human, and then
a good human, and I'm the one that has this, terrible driveway. And so I had to do a shift.
Yeah.
I had to do a mindset shift, and rather than being focused on, I can't control them.
Yeah.
I can't control their thoughts. I can't control, whether they were taking advantage of me or they were exhausted, or maybe their snowblower also broke. Like I really don't know, because I was in a meeting. I can only control myself. And so I made a conscious decision. I need to shift my mind and be proud of myself and grateful that I am being a good neighbor, and I am a good neighbor. And so I went out there and I literally grabbed my axe that probably weighs as much as I do.
I was just going to say, now, if you know Angela, she's not the tallest or the, but.
No, and so I was
strong.
I went out there and I was determined to get, in fact, I didn't even tell you this. So we have blink cameras like on our property. Yeah. So I texted my husband and I was like, I will read you exactly what I texted him because it's hilarious. I texted him, if you want the firm to see what true work ethic and determination are, turn on the blink camera to a live feed.
Oh, I love it. And there you are out there with an axe.
Out there with my axe.
Yeah.
And my shovel.
Yeah.
And,
Look, if anybody's watching the video, is that Millie? This
is Melly.
Melly matches Melly. Angela.
Oh yeah, she does. She's got the little heart sweater on.
The same.
We got all the love today.
I love it.
We got all the love today. And so I just kept, my arms were like rubber bands. Yeah. And now, mind you, this is 3-inch legit ice.
Yeah.
My whole driveway. And I'm like, I just need to be able to get my
melting, yes, freezing,
because
melting,
every
freezing,
day. Now. So this is now Wednesday.
Yeah.
Every day the snow would melt a little, and that it got thicker and thicker and thicker. And so what was interesting is as I was out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to break through this? Mm-hmm. How am I going to get all of this ice up so I can actually get my car out of the drive? I have a car. I don't have an SUV. I have a car with low profile tires.
Yeah.
And if you like, we do this a lot in life where we go at the same thing at the same angle and we expect a different result. We expect it to just like magically work.
That's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yeah.
We do it in our professional careers, like whole nine. We do it all the time. And so, and I was going at it with this heavy axe, right? And I was like, my neighbors have got to think I'm insane.
But they probably respect you.
Yeah. And so I was like, there's got to be a more efficient way. So I went into the garage and I grabbed my daughter's, like, it's metal, but it's a little spade. It's like a kid's version of a spade.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I just like change my angle, if I can get under this and get it lifted. So then when I hit with the axe, it'll break into bigger chunks.
Yeah.
And so then I did that and it worked. And I was getting like 2.5 by 2.5 sized like chunks. So then I'm like hauling the ice chunks and I felt I was like a woman beast. I was so like,
I
was on fire.
Amazon woman beast in Virginia.
I tell you what, I was like, and I am not a big I'm 5'2". Like I don't have muscles for days. And I was literally hauling chunks of ice like a man. Just like throwing it.
Yeah, I think more than most men, because some men wouldn't go out there. Many men wouldn't go out there.
But I was just like, like Dory, like just keep swimming, and I was determined. Like I was determined to get this ice up and have enough of a space where I can then safely get my car in and out, and Matt can get his car in. And but it was just interesting how it hit me, how like that slight change all of a sudden, rather than me getting like 4-inch chunks of ice, I was getting like 2 to 3 feet.
By making a shift. All right, a shift in action.
Yes,
right? Saying this is not working as efficient. Let me make one little adjustment, and boom, dramatic difference.
Huge difference. And the little tiny child spade weighs a heck of a lot less than my axe. And actually, I lied. It's a sledgehammer. It was not an axe. It was so I don't know how much the sledgehammers weigh. Like
they're it's significant.
It was big, and it was like a tall. The sledgehammer was probably like 3.5 feet. Like really just a massive.
And typically, people who are utilizing the sledgehammers are construction workers, contractors who are 2 times the size of you, and so on. So we had a totally different experience up here. The biggest issue we had was shoveling out little snow paths so our puppies can go out and run. And my wife made this whole huge elaborate maze, but we'd go back in, and an hour later the maze was covered because there was so much snow coming down. But
now, did you guys get the ice?
We did not get the ice. So we're still, and it was picture perfect puffy snow. My biggest regret is that I was actually very busy on Monday and I had a lot of work to do, that I couldn't sneak away and go snowboarding in the mountains. That was my biggest regret. So we have a totally different experience. Kids, they missed 1 day of school. They had a delay on Tuesday, but they were back in it. We had a totally different experience than you.
Still home. And I think my
4 days. 4 days.
4 days. And there's no way she's going back
community.
Yeah, because here's what's happening. Like everything, I'm not exaggerating, is like under like the thickest layer of ice humanly possible. It's crazy.
That's hard.
And so I think my biggest takeaway is, like, I always try and be a good, kind person. And if we all can just do something, heck, once a week, once a month, something, like I look at the sidewalk going to the school as an example. In our neighborhood, because she's a walker, our neighborhood plowed up to the line of demarcation, right? They're like, not my responsibility anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to plow in front of the school, which I'm assuming would be like the county or something.
Yeah.
Arrived at their mark and they're like, not my responsibility. So the corner to get from the community to the school is not plowed.
Yeah.
Just the corner. And so like if we were to walk to school, we would literally have to walk in the road.
Yeah.
Or walk over it, right?
Or in the road, yeah, which is a safety hazard, of course, when you're walking little kids.
That's why school is still closed, because it's a safety hazard, kids waiting for the bus. Like, so just like, it kind of ticked me off as I was out there yesterday with my sledgehammer axe thing, and all these people driving by and not one person stopped to help. And there are there's men everywhere, and I I know that people have snow plows and snow blowers and 4-wheelers with plows on the front and stuff like that. And so just like it was a little disheartening.
Yeah.
The lack of, community that exists in our world. And so, man, if everyone could just make that shift and just be
one kind of, it's interesting that you say that. We've had many situations, my wife and I, and actually serious conversations where we've been wronged. We've been wronged. One time in particular, somebody, they said they were buying, it was a long time ago, but we were buying a car from us. And so we just gave them, there was like a family friend, a very close friend. And it broke a little bit after whatever it was. And they just 100% did the wrong thing by us. 100%. And we looked at each other and said, well, it just doesn't matter. We can't have what they did affect our perspective and view on humanity, knowing that they have to live with themselves. And you even alluded to that, like with these young gentlemen, like what I do and what I share with people that I've worked with, and for me, and and now I think you as well, comes down to ill shin number what?
Number 8. I have them right here.
You have it right here, right? Thank you, and I'm sorry. And what does
I'm sorry? Yes. Thank you, and I'm sorry. We need to add more appreciation and increase humility by taking responsibility for mistakes of others where we could have done more. If someone makes a mistake, you say, I am sorry I did not teach you better. Or if you did not do what you set out to do, you say, you taught me so much, but I still could not make it work, and I'm truly sorry.
Yeah. Different perspective. And even the college kids, right? I think, for me, for one thing, like somebody drives by, like the people that did that with the van, like I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry because there is a chemical release that is in our bodies when we do good deeds and kindness for others.
Yes.
And they say scientifically it's the same amount of endorphins that's released as if you're exercising. So by doing good deeds and random acts of kindness for others, it actually empowers you and makes you feel more fulfilled and more better.
Well, and you know what? They gave me a gift by not actually clearing my driveway.
Yeah.
I went out there and was able to be a total ice hauling boss.
Animal. Yes. Animal.
And I was able to experience something that I never would have thought would have been capable otherwise.
And that's the thank you part.
And
thank you young guys, for dropping the ball and not doing what you said, because now I get the benefit and the gift of seeing how strong I
got
am.
biceps now.
That's right. And to persevere and show that there is no obstacle that I cannot overcome. I could have never done that without you dropping the ball. It's a different perspective. And the other thing,
100%.
And then the other thing, which I'm so like happy or excited and respect, is the fact that, you didn't stop, right? The spirit, the human spirit, you look at the obstacle where most people would step away, but failure was not an option. You've been through a lot in your life, and we'll get to that story in the future. You've overcome tremendous, right? There's so much power in the whatever it takes attitude, and you tap into that energy. I love it. I love like just the whole scenario. And you know what I really love about this? It's like real life. Like you're not sharing a story that's unrelatable. Like this is a real life incident, and the awareness that you had as you're going through the incident, like, holy cow, there's a lot of lessons in here. And that is
literally like, I genuinely wish it was recorded.
Yes. So So were there any profanities being released at the time?
No.
No? Good.
I was literally, my mindset, I was exhausted, don't get me wrong, but my mindset was like, I was just determined, and not in a negative way. I was determined in an empowering, positive way. Because there's a difference. Like, you can be determined, but have like negativity fueling that determination. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna do this because blah blah blah. Because
I'm gonna prove to somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna prove everybody that I don't need anybody else. But that's a negative way that's a negative perspective. I agree.
Exactly, and it was all positive. And I tell you what, when I made that slight angle shift with that children's spade, and all of a sudden, like this like massive break, I was like, oh my god,
yes.
And I was like, I can do this. I am doing this.
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. I think it's so relatable, especially, you know, people where this is the end of January. You know, so we're still in the midst of winter. We've had a nasty winter so far. But again, New York, like it's not bad. No, don't get me wrong. There's snow everywhere. Like, it's like, I feel like I'm in northern Vermont right now when I drive down the road, which, again, I'm a snow person, so I love it. But this is real, and I hope
snow.
Well, we have fluffy snow. Like, it's still fluffy.
Ice stuff.
And we're like it's supposed to be like -3 tonight or something, but it's all good.
Oh yeah.
It's just
it's very, very cold here as well, and it's only getting colder, and so that was also like fueling me. I was like, I have to get this.
Get it done.
Because it's just going to get worse, and so.
And I want to just, I know we're going to wrap it up now.
Yes, I have to leave everybody with my final Jerry.
Yeah, we need a couple of final thoughts. One thing that I and I'll just kick it off is like appreciation, right? Think about appreciation, and appreciation for the fact that you have a warm place to be in, appreciation, the fact that you have the ability to go out there and crush the ice, appreciation that you look at things from a perspective of where everything is a lesson and a learning, and you're so aware of what's happening upstairs that you could do that introspective thinking and process even while you're pushing as hard as you can, because we have these voices, and if we could control the voices and reframe our perspective, it makes all the difference. So that was my little 2 cents. What is your 2 cents that you want to leave everybody with, besides there is no obstacle that you can't accomplish?
Well, that yes.
Yeah.
But yes, my final thought is just have a slight shift in your angle. Whatever it is, whether it's a slight shift in your vantage point, slight shift in your technique or your skill or your language or your attitude, like that slight tiny change and shift in the angle of the shovel had a massive breakthrough.
Isn't that crazy?
So it's there. Yeah. You just have to find it, and you have to be willing to find it.
Willing to take the risks.
You have to be, because like, again, you could keep going at it the exact same angle, or be willing to take the risk to, okay, I'm going to try over here. I'm going to try over here. I'm going to try over here. I'm going to and not be afraid. I feel like a lot of times people don't make those shifts because they're afraid of what's going to happen. Like, oh, is this going to break my shovel, or is it? But you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
You don't know. And I'll probably say this every episode, but just always lead with kindness.
That's right.
Can't say it enough.
Like, last thing I'll say, and then is, when I would, I still involved in the martial arts, and I said, if you're a white belt beginner student, you have to do 1 selfless act a day. If you're a black belt, that's 10 ranks in, you have to do 10. If you're the second degree black belt, you have to do 20 selfless acts. And I say the higher the rank, the more responsibility you have to help and serve others. And people, I think, misconstrue what an act of kindness is. It's holding the door for somebody.
It can be slight
it's
things.
slight. It's the smallest things that make dramatic difference. And we, again, we could talk about this for hours, but literally going out of your way to make somebody smile, going out of your way to make their life a little brighter. And again, I know your whole world is about making other people's lives brighter and see things in a more positive light. I think that's all it takes. So just be, and what does it come down to? Be decent human beings.
Yes.
Right. So,
yeah.
Andrea, I love these episodes. This was awesome. This was a great show. Fun.
Yes.
Funny. We got to laugh. We got to and some meaningful experience. But I really love the way that it's become so introspective and the way you see things. So thank you for sharing that. Please continue to follow what we're doing and watch and listen to this podcast. You will have fun. You will learn. We are real people in the trenches, digging out of ice storms, just like you are. And I hope that we can just help you see things, make that slight shift to see things in a little bit different perspective. Thank you, everybody, for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.